Ike started his introduction in Smash Bros. With Brawl on the Nintendo Wii. Ironically, when the game first came out, he pretty much was the Little Mac in that game, where basically what I mean by that is he was ridiculously easy to pick up and play, especially for casual players, and he was very rewarding. But over time, people realized there were way better characters in the game, like Meta Knight for example. Ike landed in the D tier in Brawl's final competitive tier list. With the transition to Project M, Ike received an incredible amount of buffs to his combo abilities and speed, making him a much viable character. Ike is very similar to other Fire Emblem characters in the cast, but he is more about range and KO power. And he has his own sets of unique tech, which he's never had in any other iteration of the character until Project M. Like for example, quick draw canceling, which I will talk more about later. In Project M, Ike landed in the C tier in Project M's final tier list. I feel like personally Ike is a very underrated character. I feel like he definitely can be pushed a lot higher. Not saying being in the C tier is very bad, but I personally feel like Ike is one of those characters that potentially could be much better as the meta develops. We previously thought Donkey Kong and Bowser were low tier characters, and now they're capable of actually winning tournaments, so you never know. In Project M, Ike has increased attack speed and decreased startup on a lot of his moves, making his moveset much less punishable. All of his aerials are much faster, and they're much better than the iterations that they were in Brawl. Ike's hitboxes are very disjointed. His sword almost feels like a giant fly swatter because his moveset just reaches very far. Some examples of this are his forward air and back air, which are really strong in their reach capabilities because of how disjointed of a move they are, and they're really great off stage. Ike is the heaviest character in the game who can use a sword, but on top of that he's also very mobile and has pretty decent dash speed and air speed. His up B reaches a little bit further than its previous iteration in Brawl, and his side B has been heavily buffed. There's actually an Easter egg where you can actually instantly KO opponents with his quick draw by charging it and then hitting the B button at the correct time when Ike goes through somebody. It's very gimmicky. I'm not going to pretend it's good or anything, but it's probably very hard to do in tournament. Ike also has a very strong and fast jab, which is capable of a lot of jab resets, and then these jab resets can also lead into combo starters or throws, for example. His jab is actually really good because compared to like Marth and Roy, they use their sword for their jab. Ike's is much faster because he simply just punches the opponent. Now going back to quick draw canceling, this is actually one of Ike's most important techs that he has. His quick draw has been heavily buffed as now you can cancel it with a jump cancel, which means you can do things like wave dash, grab, Dacus, just to name a few. You can do all those things all out of quick draw, showing that the move is crazy good. On top of that, you can also wall jump out of quick draw when timed correctly, which means Ike's recovery is heavily buffed on certain stages like Green Hill Zone and WarioWare. So if you're playing against an Ike main, I would ban those stages. Also on top of that, if you want to be an Ike main in Project M, learning pretty much everything about quick draw is a must for his moveset. Other changes Ike got in his kit is now Eruption has super armor, which means he can break through attacks. His counter is still slower and stronger than Marth's, but it's much faster than it was before. His smash attacks are also very strong, and they're capable of KOing very early. His down smash specifically can now be cancelled after the first hit, which is something it wasn't able to do in Brawl. His tilts are also very strong tools. His forward tilt is very disjointed. His up tilt is good for starting combos, especially on fast fallers. And also his throws are really good as well. His up throw is good against fast fallers. His back throw and forward throw can set up his finishers, like his aerials, for example. If an opponent tries to DI away from Ike's throws, he can actually chase after them with his quick draw and cancel it into his forward air, for example. That is one of the things that makes Ike very hard to deal with for someone who plays like a floaty character, for example. I personally play Ness, and the Ike matchup is like really hard because Ike is really good at outspacing a lot of characters, and he's really strong. And his, like I said earlier, his sword is like a giant fly swatter. Ike does have some flaws though, where his moves can be very punishable, especially his smash attacks when spaced incorrectly. And Ike is very tall and heavy, meaning he's very easily can be combo food for a lot of characters. And depending on the stage, recovering for Ike is very difficult. He has a pretty average recovery when he doesn't have things like the walls on WarioWare or Green Hill Zone helping him. During the transition to Project Plus, Ike now has more lag when he uses his side B in the air, and now he can quick draw and grab somebody when they're crouching, so it's actually makes approaching with his quick draw grab a little bit better. And also now, as a little side thing, Ike now has a blue flame effect on his down air. Ike is a character for you if you like characters that are really strong and have great range. The fact that he's really disjointed with his sword, it helps him deal with a lot of characters in the cast. He does require a lot of tech in order to be used to his fullest capabilities, like quick draw canceling for example. He may be somewhat lackluster as far as like recovery and being combo food, but it doesn't stop him from being a really good character. He's really capable of doing a lot of damage, and he's very agile despite being a slower but strong swordsman. Also, as an aside, Project M gave him his canonical blue flame before Smash 4 did. So yeah, that's right, Brawl Ike actually had red fire for some reason, even though he's literally never had red fire in any of the Fire Emblem games. He's literally called the hero of the blue flames, and Project M fixed something that Brawl messed up on. So that's pretty much the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy, hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.